So, good afternoon. Namaste to all of you. On behalf of Indira Gandhi National Open University, Regional Center Bangalore, I welcome all the dignitaries, our beloved director, RHD, Dr. Umesh Chandra Pandey, who is the initiative for this conduct of this today's session, and Professor Arul Sar, director, School of Journalism and New Media Studies, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi, for kind acceptance of our invitation and addressing today learners. And these are also the main resource person for our E-Vidyabharti uh, sessions connected by the RC Bangalore. And the region center staff and other officers and staff of other region center and the LSC staff and our beloved students for today's webinar on career opportunities in journalism and media studies. See, E-Vidyabharti is a government of India's project, and IGNU is Indira Gandhi National Open University is one of the nodal institution in this portal to provide higher education for 19 African countries learners. So, as a part of that, RC Bangalore is nominated as a nodal RC to provide student support service for MAJMC, OL, PGJMC, and DC programs. So, along with this student support services academically, University also planned to provide some extracurricular activities commencing with the career guidance. So, as a part of these activities, today we have started career opportunities in journalism with our Professor Arul sir. This is the inauguration session for us, sir, for this extracurricular activities also. And we are also planning to arrange one more session with the placement trainers who are available in Bangalore, probably last week of October. And we are also planning one international conference with these students and brainstorming sessions. So based upon their active involvement. I'm very glad to see two of our students also who are the regular students of our sessions. They have joined today. Very glad to see you also. And we have also invited our director, COE, director, the International Division, and Dr. V.P. Rupam, who is in charge of this E-Vidyabharti project. I hope so they may join shortly. Now, may I request Professor Arul sir, who is providing maximum support to RC Bangalore in every activity. Sir, really, we are highly thankful to you, entire RC Bangalore team. May I request you to kindly deliver the keynote address, please?
Thank you, madam. Thank you. And this is the teamwork. So, school and RC Bangalore, we are working together for the welfare of E-Vidyabharti students. So, this is in the line with the same arrangements. I thank RC Bangalore Director, Dr. Radha Madam, and other staff from the RC Bangalore for inviting me for this session. And this is a privilege for us to share our experiences with MAJMC students last 5 years. What sort of placement or career guidance they usually expect from the school. So based on which we prepare a list of ideas. Madam, if you allow me, I'll share the PPT.
Yes, sir, please, sir.
Yeah. So the meeting is being recorded, and those who are listening as part of this live session are those who are watching it later stage. And we welcome all the students to this orientation program organized by RC Bangalore. And this particular presentation is about career opportunities in media and journalism. And for the students of E-Vidyabharti who are pursuing PG diploma in journalism or MA in journalism and mass communication program through the School of Journalism and New Media Studies of IGNOU. As Madam was talking about, the E-Vidyabharti is a very prestigious project sponsored by Ministry of External Affairs of Government of India and facilitated through IGNOU for various African countries, and very on many programs as being part of this project. Once its program is mass communication and PG diploma in mass communication and journalism. This project close to last 2 years, we have regularly conducted counseling sessions, and particularly RC Bangalore very proactive in providing support through WhatsApp and a social media platform. So that helps the students to connect with administrators and the university and the concerned system for pursuing that program. So this efforts are minimizing the gap between the stakeholders. So this is a very welcome initiative, and I appreciate the director for this such a wonderful initiative of extracurricular activities. And also very glad that they are planning to do another session with the placement experts. Also, a seminar series they're planning in the coming months. So I'll go to specifically go to the presentation. So the presentation basically I divided into three broad areas. One is, of course, this sessions basically to understand the career prospects in media and journalism. And we are not restricting to any particular country, but a generic approach of career exploring the starting the career in the media and journalism in African countries, as well as some examples and case studies from Indian context. So primarily it's meant for E-Vidyabharti students in IGNOU who are pursuing media studies programs. The three areas being identified in this presentation. One, a kind of overview on media industry, not necessarily in Indian perspective, at the same time not in African perspective, very generic approach to the industry level perspective about the growth, and the growth also indicates the requirement of a high level of trained manpower, human resources. So what are the cross-cultural opportunities in pursuing the career? And what are the skills and competency required for that? So media industry and the career opportunities, and what are skills and competencies are required. So that is being outlined in this meeting, this presentation. Interestingly, if you look at the developed countries, the print media and electronic media have saturated in their uh, business growth. Business growth in the sense the youngsters, particularly the people who are born after 2000 millennium period, uh, they are more keen to consume media content through mobile and social media, particularly, and other OTT platforms. So these three, OTT, social media, and mobile handsets, provides enormous opportunity for the youngsters to consume all the required media content. So naturally, they're not going to the hard copies of newspaper, radio, and television channels. So if you look at the developed countries, the traditional mainstream media, print, electronic media, radio, television, are saturated. Some even they have started witnessing negative growth. New York Times and all, they have indicating that their print sale is gone to negative, whereas the digital sale is being happening in a higher level. So more or less, that's what's happening, catching up in the developed countries, and probably in Indian and African countries. If you look at that, the English newspapers are witnessing a saturation in the business growth, but whereas the regional language news outlets, magazines or newspapers, whether it's in national level or regional level, the regional language-based news outlets, printed copies, has a substantial scope for expansion, mainly due to the expansion of literacy rate and affordability to the newspapers and magazines. So this is what happening in India. Probably this is the case in African countries. But in overall, if you look at the global level, the media and entertainment industry is projected to grow annually at 4.4%. Particularly, this positive growth is happening through the digital platforms. The streaming industry or OTT or social media or other platform, they are the one bringing the more revenue to the media industry. So this point, you please note it down. The digital transformation, the rise of digital media, mobile journalism, social media, and content streaming. These are the potential areas in which the new workforce can explore the opportunities. Remember that all these are technology-based platforms, and nowhere mentioned about any particular mainstream, typical mainstream media are not mentioned that. So when we are trying to understand the technology-based platform, we need to know that it also requires certain skills and competencies. So there are challenges, there are opportunities in pursuing career in this kind of multitasking platform. Economic and technological disparities between global north and global south countries, and it's quite easily for us to witness in Indian as well as African countries context the economic and technological disparities. This is, we can call it as a digital inequality. Okay, so this is the scenario in which we have to understand the career opportunities. There's a huge growth. For example, recently there is a project, a German funding agency, ZZ, started with six Asian countries: India, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and other three more countries. They are, wants to create an university network. Through them, they want to train the youngsters about digital skills. In that workshop, we were presenting from the IGNOU, and we learned that a person from South Asia going to US university for postdoctoral studies for a STEM related project, for example, biotechnology, and they'll get a postdoctoral fellowship of $5,000, $6,000 as a part of the fellowship scheme. But is somebody going from the same background, biotechnology from South Asia, going to US for postdoctoral biotechnology with a strong knowledge about Python, data mining, text mining, and other all related digital skills, there's a huge potential for them to get a double the fellowship. For example, the earlier person, he knows the subject only. He went to a US university, postdoctoral study, got 5,000 US dollar. The second fellow, he knows a subject, he knows the digital skills, how to handle the data, how to handle the digital tools for the personal as well as the professional growth. That fellow got 12,500 US dollars. See the difference, almost double. This is a officially quoted document in which that the workshop I attended, they're sharing that. You can understand the difference. The person going in a normal route, other person is learning the subject along with the digital skills, has a huge potential to get the employment opportunities with a substantial increase of salary. So this is the biggest opportunity. And even I was told in that meeting that in 20 years back, when the K10, there was an issue about the computer programming, about a date change and all. That has a huge demand for human resources to handle the computer software, data backend system, front end system, to streamlining with the change of the centuries. Similarly, that currently there is a huge potential for artificial intelligence and data-driven journalism. These two are huge potential, and but it needs kind of skills and competencies to familiarize with the AI, artificial intelligence, as well as the data driven journalism, data driven media. Many things happening in that manner. And but before going to that digital skills, let us understand the traditional media careers. Still, there are newspapers, there are magazines published in a national, regional, local context. They still need. I told you that in Indian and African countries, more or less, the English newspapers witnessing negative growth rate, but whereas in the regional language-based media outlets showing a significant positive business trend. So that area, people can explore that. For example, journalism is one of the potential area in which our program MAJMC has a substantial number of courses dealing with the radio, television, print, magazines, and all. The possible roles the students can explore is a reporting level, editing level, news anchoring, a production level. So any one of the area they can explore based on the interest, based on their career plan. But remember, for journalistic career, you need a basic understanding about news gathering, and you have to have a good networking skills of connecting with the various sources. So then only you can collect the source information and checking the information. And not only that, collecting data, you need to have a skill of telling the story to the outside others in a very simplistic manner, very attractive manner, and tell the story with the correct information. And investigative reporting is something else where you are exploring the wrongdoing of public institutions, okay, or any matter that concerns the public welfare. So these are the skill sets required to be part of the journalistic career. And there are many opportunities in African countries. For example, local and international news agencies like Al Jazeera, BBC Africa, SABC, and many more media organizations are working on that. And this is based on the internet data. I'm saying the ground reality you people can understand easily. So another such option is broadcasting. And similar to journalism, broadcasting also, there are ways in which students can associate. One is a radio jockey and news presentation and scripted. I'll come back to the how this radio journalism can be integrated with the digital media and where the individual can play a crucial role. Subsequent slides we can discuss about that. And radio jockey, news presentation, script writing is a potential place, potential roles in the broadcasting, be it radio or television. Both require similar kind of characteristics. But at television, you write a script along with the images. You're writing a script for the images. Whereas in the radio, the scripting is basically based on the imagination. You're writing something where the audience can think about the scenario on from their own experiences. So it's an imaginary world you're creating through radio, whereas in the television, with the help of images, you are telling the story. So this is one area in which the regional news channels, very niche channels, vernacular local language radio stations are mushrooming and growing, and may not have much business plan, but definitely you can have a kind of starting career. Then later you can jump into the higher level kind of thing. So this is about radio, and now we'll come to the digital platform. Remember that the earlier slides we were talking about 4.4 percentage of media growth in the global media scenario, mainly due to the digital platforms. So in the digital journalism, where it's an extension of a newspaper, it's extension of magazine only. Where they are printing in a traditional level, they're printing, they're circulating the copies to the audience. Whereas in online platform, the system is same set of stories, same set of editorial staff going through the content and streamlining the content, the packaging it, but rather than printing, they're publishing through the website. So the technological platform got changed, but the system in which the news generated is remains same. And but in the online platform, we may have a different set of people. For example, online reporter, digital editor, multimedia journalist. These are the potential places, potential opportunities in the digital journalism background. But remember that working in a newspaper, you are confined to developing a story. Story is being developed, you're handed over to the newsroom, and the editorial staff, they'll take care about the fact checking, editing, and language, grammar, everything. Once checked, it goes for printing. So your duty ends when you submit the story. But in online platform, you have to write a story. But since it's a multitasking area, you may not have that much luxury to have a variety of staff, newsroom staff to handle the online platform. For example, in a big newspapers, the online department usually have a very less number of people because news stories are coming from the traditional newsprint, and here the small staff they'll manage the whole website with the help of content management system. So you need to know how to operate with the content management system. Content management system is a software. It's a back end of the news website where the content is, can be loaded and connected. Additional kind of media materials can be provided, or link can be generated. So many things can happen there. So that is the backbone of any online newspaper. Take any newspaper, they will use in some sort of CMS, content management system. So I would strongly recommend that if you are interested to pursue a career in a digital platform, first to learn the basics of CMS, and then social media handling and search engine optimization. These are the extra techniques you need to learn in order to boost your career opportunities. Okay, and there's a huge potential in a digital media platform, and there are some examples from Africa that's been quoted on the slides. You can check that. Then another opportunity is digital platform only, but not related to news, not related to journalism, but it's a content creation and blogging. And blogging basically it's a personal initiative, and you can do it for your hobby, or you can do it, you can monetize your blogging. There are many ways in which you can do that. That's even social media also you can do that. So content generation is basically creating audio or video or text content. So you have to decide accordingly that. And there are many successful media entrepreneurs in digital creators, we can say that, in the social media platform. Very successful people in Instagram or in YouTube or in a Twitter, where they're monetizing their ideas. Simple, one or two people, they're working with some local idea, and they become very popular, and higher the people are watching the particular content, and people are subscribing to the channel, based on which the money is being generated and the money is being shared to the content creator. You don't need a big team, you don't need an institution, you don't need a big investment with your mobile, but you need to have a good idea, and then the presentation style. If you know that, there are plenty, at least in India I can talk about that. There are every area you will find the common person become a very successful digital creator. Okay, so this is one area. You don't worry about the industry, you don't worry about the institution, they whether they'll take you or not, but you can start your own media venture. Okay, and this is the one. Then there is one more opportunity for journalism students, the area of public relation and corporate communication. This is where the government, non-governmental corporates, the small institution, big institution, they desperately need people to handle their relationship with internal public or external public. Media relations relationship specialist, corporate communicator, or PR officer, they are one managing the brand image of the company, brand image of the government, brand image of the non-government organization, whatever thing. And they will, because this matters, public opinion about your company, your product, your brand matters, because ultimately private companies are relying on the profit only. So good name needs to be always maintained in the public level. So the crisis communication, event management, social media management, these are the skill sets required to be part of the public relation or corporate communication point. Okay, companies in Africa and India are increasingly investing in their digital presence, and opening up a cross-border opportunities for media professionals are enormous. So this is the area you can see there are a lot of opportunities where there are plenty of communication opportunities existing beyond the newspapers, beyond radio, beyond television, beyond films. There are many areas in which, but remember that everywhere it's being quoted that somewhere it's linked with the digital platform. So having a strong competency and skills about digital platform, it boost your opportunities. So one more example of opportunities: advertising and marketing communication. Advertising agencies, as long as the public relation agencies are there, there's a big corporate atmosphere, the private players are huge, then they need to communicate with the audience. This is one is a PR route, another is advertising route. The advertising and marketing communication, it could be the creative directors, copywriters, media planners. You can be part of any part of the advertising strategies and campaign development, client relations, strategic communication. These are the potential areas in which the advertising people can work on that. And another one example, which is not directly linked with our subject, and moreover, we are not covering that subject also in our MAJMC. One such is digital marketing. And it's not about marketing a product. Primarily, you have to make sure that whatever the content is generated for the website or for social media, and it should meet the minimum criteria of search engine. Okay, because many people may not know your website address or my website address. But if I want to know about what is the current situation in African countries on climate crisis, there may be some of the sites must be available, but I don't know the URL. So I'll go to Google, I'll type that the companies, agencies working on environmental climate change in African countries. So I'll give this keywords. And based on the keywords, Google provides some list, and it provides thousands of lists. But we may not go to third or fourth pages, right? Within the first two pages, still something if attracting point, if matching with our expectation, we'll click that, we'll go there. So search engine optimization is basically to provide the metadata, means the tags and categories if you add in your websites, web pages, and it matching with the search engine's criteria. So majority of the people usually go through the search engine only, until otherwise they know the number, the URL number. So the search engine, when somebody typing keywords, according to the keywords, your website should be listed in the top 2 or 3 pages. Then only you'll get a audience traffic to your website. So how to make that one? That is called digital marketing. Search engine optimization, data analytics, and the online branding. So it's a huge potential area. There are short-term programs, long-term programs offered by many institutions on digital marketing. Another one is a film and television production. This is the common subject, common platform across the country, any part of the country. If you go globe, you will find this industry. There's a big industry, international, regional level industry, film production industry. For example, in India, we have Bollywood, Hindi cinema industry, regional language cinema industry. There are many things are there available. So production side, direction, cinematographer, and script writer, and of course there are very dedicated programs are available. Our MAJMC programs helps you to understand the script writing process easily, and production side. The director, cinematographers that needs certain kind of technical knowledge, which is not covered here, but other areas you can explore in the film industry: script writing, screenwriting, visual storytelling, production management. These are the potential skills you need to know in order to explore the career opportunities in the film and television production side. And another one is media entrepreneurship. This is the unique concept. And thanks to the ICT digital media platform, I was talking about digital platform giving an enormous opportunity for better business plan. 4.4% of growth is projected for the digital global media industry. So the startup media and entrepreneurship is a new concept in which the big institutions are not required, big professional team is not required, big infrastructure also not required, and just an idea and a small team is required to sustain that idea. And there are many media startups where they're talking about journalism. There are digital, because they are existing only in the online website and providing content. And there are media entrepreneurs. I told you that there are successful digital creators that are working with YouTube only. YouTube, you know that anyone having a mobile and shoot some videos, edit it in the mobile, some apps, and you can upload it on YouTube. But there depends upon the ideas, presentation, and how you are making a video packaging very clearly. Accordingly, you'll get thousands and lakhs of audience to the your video, and based on which you can monetize your money. So this is a new idea. Either you can go with a traditional setup, or you can go with the social media platform. There are people I know, the youngsters in the college, university students, they are going for food vlog. I mean, they'll visit the restaurant, they'll review the restaurant or review the food item. They'll post it in online platform, and because we need a reviews, like a film, we need to understand whether the film is good or bad. Similarly, restaurants and hotels, tourist locations, every way there's a requirement of people who are reviewing genuinely about the context, content, and locations in that. So this is applicable to any country, Africa, India, developed or developing countries. The huge potential because of ICT, internet and digital platform. Another one more career opportunity for the students of journalism and mass communication is academic and research career. And this particular school, the School of Journalism and New Media Studies, we are offering a PhD program, doctoral studies program, since 2009. The last 15 years, we have produced close to 39 research scholars, and currently on roll, there are close to 27 research scholars are currently pursuing PhD in the school. So there's a potential for a better career in academics, research, and even if you're not into academics, with the doctoral studies, you can go to industry, you can work as a media professional, because there are many research component, research career opportunities in the mainstream media also there. So mainly the media researcher, communication lecturer, curriculum developer, these are the potential role. You need to know how to write academic content. You need to know how to critically analyze the content, and you need to know how to do a data collection through the field research. So these are the potential skills required in order to start a career in academic research level. There are very good potential. People usually go to industry, they work for 5 years, they'll jump to academics. There are people, they work very long time in industry, the last leg of the career, they come to academics. And or some people, they will directly come to the academics from the beginning. They work on academics very long time period. So this is a one opportunity in which you can explore along with the other part. Another such area is international organization and NGOs. There are non-governmental organization works in the local level, regional level, international level. International level, or Amnesty International, UNESCO, WHO offers various roles on advocacy, media monitoring, and public outreach. And this is one of the areas easily the journalism students can explore that. It is a very unexplored area, and thousands of international organizations, NGOs, and usually they have an office across the continents. And you can apply to any country, yeah, wherever possible. And this is applicable to all the global citizens. So, media consultant, communication officer, human rights advocate. There are many areas in which you can explore the career in international organizations. And whatever the field, whether it's in academics or digital, film, radio, television, or in international agencies, there are some basic requirement of skills and competencies, particularly in the field of journalism and mass communication. One of the fundamental part is you need to know how to write in a very simplistic manner, and you have to tell the information to other effectively. So the writing and editing is a core skill that actually can apply the skills in any part of your career, being industry, media, or outside media. So writing and editing is very, very crucial. And collecting a data and check the data and use the data for your writing, research and fact checking. And digital literacy, how to handle the new set of platform, media platforms, where individual can play a major role. Okay, YouTube or Facebook or X, Twitter, where how to do digital content or streaming and everything there. And remember that digital platform is not confined to one particular country. If you are creating content in Africa and I can watch it here, or somebody from Middle East can watch it. So it goes cross-cultural boundaries. So that is a area we are currently living. So these are the basic skill sets required in order to explore very effective career plan in the journalism and mass communication. This is I talk about core skills. There are other soft skills also required. For example, creativity and critical thinking, and teamwork, adaptability, and leadership and project management. This is applicable to all set of disciplines, not necessarily with the communication journalism. So one question always comes that when you are a student, immediately you can't go to agencies, you can't go to international media companies or production houses immediately as a media officer, communication specialist. They may not take you directly there. So we have to build our career, we have to build our profile very meticulously. So how we have to acquire skills, we have to acquire the competencies. At the same time, we need to generate enough experiences. How do we do that? Because that definitely immediately getting a big job in big companies is a very challenging one. So there are some way out. One is you can go for internship program, explore the. This is unpaid. Majority of them are unpaid, and but one thing is you learn the media system, you have generating more experience, and you might be knowing many media production, news, and other skills and competency. So internship is the best option in order to start your career, acquire more experience, and based on which you jump into the big companies for the paid service, paid job. And another one is volunteering, more or less similar to internship, but here not necessarily with any companies, but it's with kind of projects. You can volunteer, be part of the team or group, and they're exercising a particular project for the public welfare. This is the one area you can explore that. Another one is another example is networking and professional development. This is very crucial because if you know someone in the industry, either your senior or colleague or friend, always their recommendation matters, right? Rather than going directly on our own and connecting with the media organization, trying for a job is different. And connecting through somebody who already works in the industry, and he or she gives us some references, and that carries some values. Letter of recommendations matters in academics as well as industry and the research field. So this is best option, one of the best option after the internship, to explore the internship, explore the career opportunity. But in case you don't know, because many of us may not know the people who are working in industry, what is the best course of action? One is that every industry, every profession, they have their own bodies, professional bodies, network. So become a member of that. They may have frequent meetings, go and attend the meeting. Over the period, automatically it's set to connect with a large number of professionals. So out of 10 people, if a meeting, at least one or two definitely help you to explore the career. So this is a one. Secondly, and the when you got MA, when you got a diploma, your education doesn't stop there itself. And remember that in this current competitive platform, everybody should have updated their knowledge, updated their skills and competency in order to adapt to the new environment. So, continuous learning, lifelong learning is very crucial. Don't stop the learning with your degree, but you can enroll in any platform, either a Coursera or IGNO or edX, wherever possible. Short-term program, we always enroll, keep yourself abreast, and that helps you to grow with more confidence. So some of the challenges and consideration that we also need to discuss about that. One, we have presented a very rosy picture. Digital platform is there, global media is progressing 4.4 percentage annual growth. There are a lot of potential employment opportunity, but it works in a very big cities, and may not be available in all the regional level. For example, in Indian context, I can say that all the metros, you may relate with this scenario because better media companies, better jobs are available here and there, but may not be possible in all the rural and semi-urban areas. So the economic inequalities, that's like the urban, rural, semi-urban level. And if you go beyond the metro level, urban level, you will feel the differences in terms of infrastructure and other. It's applicable to India, it's applicable to Asian region also. And there are challenges in the media freedom. There are restrictions on the media who are operating in different countries based on the democratic setup of the country that varies from country to country. And there's a language diversity, there's a cultural barrier. These are challenges in which this new career can be explored at. And best course of action is you adapt to technology in the easiest manner. For example, 15 years back, we got a smartphone, and 10 years back, we got a social media. Now we got a chat GPT and the AI generated content platform and all. Many things are happening, data journalism. But whenever the new technology comes, we have to accustom to that. We have to adapt to that. We have to see how that can be used for our regular activities. That's a very important thing. And English is saturated. When the internet was introduced in 1996 and all, and 2001, there was a study about that measured how much the online content is in each languages. That point of time, 2001, 2005 and all, 75% of the content, close to, you can say, 80% of the content are were in the English language. But after 15 years, 2020, 2021 and all, one of the study in UNESCO, it found that the English dominance is slowly going down. So it started with 80%. In a couple of years back, it was around 55%. And eventually it might reduce more. So the regional languages, other languages get higher position, higher representation and all. So develop multilingual skills. That's very crucial. I told you in the earlier slides also. So English language media is saturated. There's a growth for regional language point, language in a newspaper or radio or online or television industry. So language is a very crucial potential opportunity to explore the media career. So technological skills, what are the technical skills needed to be in the students level to seek the media career? One is you need to know how to automate the communication process, and how to use artificial intelligence. For example, what are the tools required to content creation, curation, checking the language, or from the big content, how to create a small summary for the Twitter, for Facebook, or how to generate infographics based on the data given like that. So these are the new technical skills needs to know, and artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality, using the storytelling, immersive media experiences. That's a new trend is happening, and learning the platform to gain the technical skills for modern journalists. For example, AI tools can be used on that. And one more such area is development, community development, social development, development communication, where we can explore the career. For example, development journalism. There are there are institutions that works on human rights, climate change, global issues. Usually institutions works on this area, but every in the non-government organization, those who are working in a climate change, global issues, or human rights, they always used to have publicity section, either through printed copy or through online copy. Or there are newspapers, they have dedicated section called climate change. So there also the people can be explore the career with NGOs, UN agencies focusing on media and advocacy. For example, BBC, they have their own agency that's called World Service Trust. So World Service Trust is not a news agency of BBC, rather it's a advocacy agency. Advocacy agencies, they work on climate change, environmental, global issues, women's rights, child rights, and all. All these socially relevant projects, they undertake that. For that, they need a people to, because these are interrelated subject, society and media, on which they'll, because they're all the many agencies, they are working on this particular focus area. So this is one area in which the students can explore that. I mentioned about in the beginning stage, we don't need to depend on institutions to seek our career. Rather than, I would recommend that you can start your own media ventures, launching a very specific media platform, not necessarily to have websites. There are hyper local media outlets existing in the social media, YouTube's or Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, where they'll group of people, they'll post stories about a particular city. There are a lot of diaspora. There are people maybe migrating to outside country, out within the city. Migration is a huge issue, and every migrated people, they want to know about their hometown. So that is the hyper local magazines, digital magazine, podcast, and blogs, and individuals can do that. But here, the main success point is your idea should attract more people to listen to that. Might be a new set of ideas, a new way of presentation, a new way of combining data for better understanding. So, if something uniqueness needs to be identified, and you can explore the individual capacity to do that. And there are many examples in African countries, and you can monetize your effort through online. So one other important aspect is social media, and it's extension of entrepreneurship. I told you that the social media citizen journalism here is the individuals, a group of people, community. They use a social media platform for informing about their issues, community, and society and all. So this is it's not a new concept; it's an old concept only. With the advent of social media, it's become vibrant and all. So digital activism using digital tools, social media, social movements, they are creating impact in the government as well as in social context. This is the area, but here's a lot of volunteerism works here rather than the paid job. So this is internship and volunteer work. If at all you want to start this kind of institution, can be a starting point for that. So cross-border collaboration and exchange programs can be explored with the help of universities and the funding agencies, and to further studies, further internship, either in India or in Africa or abroad, where you can do that and participate in international conferences. You need to know about what's the new trends are happening, how that helps you to adapt to the new set of in the industry standards that help you to do that. And in conclusion, I can suggest some of the summary what we discussed so far. Media and journalism offer diverse career opportunities, from traditional journalism to digital media and corporate communications. Each discipline requires a different set of people, but all together it confines to few media skills. For example, writing and editing, you need to know whether it's writing for newspaper, writing for television, script writing, or writing for social media. You need to think something, and the thinking needs to be translated into simple language based delivery that everybody should be able to understand that. So this is the basic rudimentary backbone skill of any media and journalism career. So you need to have that kind of, by practice only you can do that, but you have to do that. And Africa and India are dynamic regions with the growing opportunities with the regional languages. This is a very, anyway, there's a lot of tremendous opportunities are there. And you need to know about how to adapt to the new system like artificial intelligence and ChatGPT and all. And you have to grow continuously through lifelong learning process. And you need to adapt, you need to learn, you need to innovate in order to be part of the media system and beyond that. Okay, thank you. Thank you, madam. That's
Thank you so much, sir. Really a wonderful session and a more informative session too. And in fact, it is required for not only E-Vidyabharti learners, it is required for all our students.
correct.
The comprehensive guidelines are provided. I'm thinking even I can also call our ODL online students for this
Sure.
session as per your convenience, please.
Anytime, madam. This is another 1 hour. Maybe next week also sometime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We can inform all the RCs about journalism students who are pursuing through SOGLMS can
Yes,
join your session. So there may be the more visibility, more students might come. So
yes,
anytime next week, you schedule that.